Mr. Armstrong, Bart Sibrel, ABC Digital. Wanted to give you the opportunity to swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon. Will you put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
Jim. Mr. Sibrel.
Yes? If you really walked on the moon, why would you not do that? So why don't you just put the into the record in the argument and put your hand on the Bible, swear to God you walked on the moon.
Mr. Sibrel, knowing you, that's probably a fake Bible.
Really? Well, no, it's a real Bible. You have the opportunity to have $5,000.
The meeting is not open.
Well, you have $5,000 cash. You can give it to charity if you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon.
Please
I have the tape.
That'd be fine.
Why don't you swear to... Why not? Why won't you do it? So why don't you put your hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
Mr. Sibrel has made a fool of himself in front of the world. Mr. Sibrel, you do not deserve answers.
Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and salutation to the Akim out there pushing his truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. The Spirit jumped on me because I came across a couple of articles about Thursday's rocket or spaceship that's being shot up into outer space by NASA, or shall I say Esau's wicked government entity. Alright, but as you saw right here in this video, you had one Edomite going to Neil Armstrong, who's an Edomite, saying, hey, you know, swear on the Bible that you're not in the moon. And of course, he couldn't do it because he knows he never did. This is Psalm 64 verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And as you can see, all right, Neil Armstrong was definitely fleeing away from that guy, refusing to put his hand on the Bible and to admit, you know, oh yeah, I landed on the moon, but he couldn't even come out and say that. He didn't even want to say he did or he did. That goes to show you that Esau, the so-called white man, the quote-unquote American white man, are a bunch of liars, and you should never trust them. Okay, they've been lying since the day they came out their womb. Now I'll get to that scripture. So this is the article I came across. This is from International Business Times. Humans to Mars. NASA. All right. Orion test flight is first step in the next great leap. Now I scroll down and it says right here. Now this is very key. I want to show you something real quickly. It says on Thursday, Orion will take flight in an uncrewed test traveling 3,600 miles. Now keep in mind that number, 3,600 miles above Earth. By comparison, the International Space orbits around 268 miles above Earth. Orion, developed by Lockheed and Martin, will launch atop of the United Launch Alliance Delta, and this is in Florida. Okay, if you want to continue reading that article. So they're saying that it's gonna travel 3,600 miles. Okay, I want you to keep in mind with that number. Now, I came across another article from space.com. It says, weather looks good for NASA's Orion spacecraft test flight Thursday. Okay, and this goes to show you that Esau and his space exploration, according to the book of Obadiah, and the apostles, one of the apostles of GMS actually did a video on that, I believe a couple of days ago, about putting his nest among the stars. Well, we're going to, what they were saying about the moon landing being a hoax, this is going to be a valid point that it was. So I was reading this, and what they said right here was astonishment. I mean, you definitely, if the Lord's dealing with you, He's definitely going to open your mind to this. It says, Orion's second orbit will take it about 3,600 miles away from Earth, farther than any spacecraft built for humans has gone in more than 40 years. Earth will fill about 60% of Orion's window when it reaches that high point in its mission, NASA officials said. NASA officials hope that one day Orion will help deliver humans to Mars, an asteroid towed into an orbit around the moon. Now wait a minute. They're saying, again, 3,600 miles, and it's the farthest that any spacecraft built by him has gone in more than 40 years. Okay? Now, wait a minute. We all know, or anybody who has known about the moon and the Earth, okay, is way farther than 3,600 miles. Now, this is from the same website, just a different article. How far is the moon? The moon's orbital around Earth is elliptical at a pedigree. Its closest approach, the moon comes as close as 225,623 miles. The farthest way it gets, the moon is 252,088 miles. So hold on. If you landed on the moon, Neil Armstrong, right, the whole moon landing, why aren't you testing now? It's 2014 to go farther than, we say, 252,000 miles. Why aren't you testing to go farther than that? That goes to show you that they never landed on the moon, okay? They literally, okay, made their own tongues fall upon themselves with these articles, all right? And this is why you can never trust a so-called white man, because out of his womb, he starts speaking lies. And let me get you a scripture on that, all right? Is the book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And that's the so-called white man. And that's his children. Because his children, you go to any average so-called white person, hey, did Neil Armstrong land on the moon? They would say yes. Even though they probably never even seen the actual landing on the TV. Or they didn't even do any research. Okay? That's the so-called white man's children, and that's him himself. That's their motive of operation. In other words, MO is to lie and be deceitful coming out of the womb. Alright? Just coming back here, you're just looking at the miles like this doesn't make any sense. Slovakia, 3,600 miles away from Earth, farther than any spacecraft built for humans, has gone in more than 40 years. Alright? So they're literally lying to the public, and if you don't see this, then you're just a moron, and the Lord ain't even dealing with you, and just get ready to be wiped out with Esau. Okay? And just here's another scripture just to nail it home about these devils, man. Psalms 59, chapter 12. Psalms chapter 59, Slovakia. Psalms 59, chapter 59, verse 12. The book of Psalms 59, verse 12. For the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them be taken in their pride. And that's the so-called white man and his race. They're very prideful people. Proud to be American. We landed on the moon. That's what they say, but that's all bullshit. And for cursing and lying, which they speak, okay, consume them in wrath. Consume them, that they may not be, and let them know that Yahweh will visit Jacob unto the ends of the earth. And for that, that's for edification, proof that they never landed on the moon, and the Apostle GMS are speaking the truth in speaking on this topic, because, you know, for you to believe that they land on the moon, you know, you're not doing your research. So, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the Apostle GMS, and salutation to the Akim out there pushing his truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.